Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 1st of October 2024. Now unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market has taken a massive hit and the global cryptocurrency market has definitely lost well over $100 billion. Now there are a couple of reasons as to why this thing has happened guys. One major reason is because of geopolitical chaos that is taking on between Israel and Lebanon, isn't it? And along with that guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell did actually state that the economic conditions in the United States of America is doing great, but regarding cutting the interest rate, there is no clear picture at the current moment. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, the next day to keep an eye on is when the CPI numbers will be out, that is the Consumer Price Index, and that would give us information as to how inflation in the United States of America is. And the inflation data guys will actually be released on the 10th of October at 8:30 a.m. Gulf Standard Time, so I'll definitely go ahead and cover that in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast. Now because of these macro level things guys, the prices of Bitcoin in the global cryptocurrency market has definitely taken a hit, and it is a bit unfortunate that it has happened on the 1st of October, isn't it? Are we heading towards Red October? Only time will tell, I guess. Now in today's episode guys, we're going to be discussing a really interesting news, and there is a blockchain based fund that is planning to have US Treasurys on blockchain. So what I'll do is guys, I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about, and then guys, I'll go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion if this is a good move or is it a bad move. Because look guys, when you talk about blockchain technology, it is so critical that we truly understand the pillars of open blockchain. At the same time, we also truly need to understand the blockchain trilemma problem, isn't it? And according to me guys, so far as blockchain technology is concerned, unfortunately there are very limited use cases. Now, a lot of these so-called tokenized world are actually taking place in permission blockchain, and there is nothing called as permission blockchain, guys. The other word for permission blockchain is software, but nonetheless, guys, in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and discuss this news. Now, the second news, guys, is definitely an interesting news, and this is to do with UBX, and they have partnered with Chainlink, and they're working on real-world assets on tokenization. So, look, guys, tokenization is the next big hype, isn't it? And last week, guys, I discussed a report that was published by Chainlink where they were actually claiming that tokenization assets will be worth $10 to $16 trillion by year in 2030. Now, I completely dismissed that report, guys. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, on the 26th of September, I went in and explored that report, and I gave my reason as to why that report absolutely sucks. But let me know, guys, if I missed something, or if you still believe in the hype of tokenization. Now, the next news, as a matter of fact, is to do with the hype that did actually take place in the cryptocurrency world, and that was to do with NFTs. And there is an interesting website by CryptoSlam, guys, where you can actually see that NFT sales have dropped by 81%. And unfortunately, guys, in 2024, the numbers are definitely not looking good at all. So I'll go ahead and share some not so good metrics regarding NFTs. Now look, guys, when the NFT hype was building in, I remember people talking about NFTs to be the next big thing, probably taking over Bitcoin as well. Unfortunately, guys, some of these NFTs are being sold for less than 90% of its all-time high as well. And I don't see the value of these NFTs to be picking up, to be honest. Now the next news, guys, is connected to President Donald Trump, and that is to do with Liberty Financial Token. And if you actually go to the website, guys, looks like they have opened up whitelist. And unfortunately, guys, this is only for accredited investors. Now look, guys, me personally, I'm a massive fan of President Donald Trump, but so far as World Liberty Financial Token is concerned, I really am not content with it, to be honest. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, actually, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is a really interesting one. And Digital Dubai, they have announced Dubai Data, as well as a platform to usher a new phase of digital transformation. And this news, guys, is published by the official government channel, and I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news, guys, is more to do with Virtual Asset Service Provider License. And Amber Group and NH Management, they have attained initial approval for Virtual Asset Service Provider License from Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. And this news, guys, did actually take place roughly around 2 weeks ago. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the ReshapeS Podcast. So check out the ReshapeS Podcast across all leading platforms. And the ReshapeS Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race Podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, because of the geopolitical chaos that is going on all over the world right now, the global cryptocurrency market has actually taken a massive hit. And along with that, guys, we also need to remember that the inflation numbers will be out on the 10th of October. And keeping that thing in mind, I'm pretty much sure a lot of whales as well as notorious traders will be trying to manipulate the market, isn't it? Now, the good thing regarding today's numbers, guys, is that the volume of stablecoins has pumped up a lot, particularly that of Tether USDT. So keeping that thing in mind, guys, I'm kind of content with what the numbers are, and I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market cap, guys, it is down to $2.25 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3%. But if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, Looks like a lot of activity is actually taking place in the crypto market, and the volume is at a staggering $82.23 billion. And since the last 24 hours, guys, if you look at it from a percentage point of view, it is up by 66.61%. Now, this is possible, guys, because I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai. And yesterday, technically, it was Sunday in most of the Western countries, isn't it? And because of that, guys, if you look at it from a percentage point of view, the numbers are definitely exaggerated, isn't it? Now, so far as the volume in DeFi is concerned, guys, unfortunately, it is well below the $5 billion mark. It is only at $4.70 billion. And DeFi as of today is accounting for 5.72% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, guys, it is hovering around the $90 billion mark since the last few weeks, isn't it? Today it is at $89.04 billion, with Lido still dominating at $25.60 billion. Now, unfortunately, guys, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is not looking good at all. And today it is only at 17.34%. And I've been saying this over and over again, guys. One metric which will give us an idea as to which direction the cryptocurrency market is heading towards is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, isn't it? And since the last quarter, guys, the number has been below the 20% mark, and today it is only at 17.34%. And DeFi looks like it is dead as well, isn't it? And it is accounting for only 5.72% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, guys. Now, the volume of stablecoins is definitely better, but the volume of decentralized exchanges is definitely not good, to be honest, guys. I would really like to see this number almost double of what it is, to be honest, because when the price is actually going down, that should be the time that people should be using a lot of decentralized exchanges in it. And unfortunately, guys, the volume of Uniswap on an average given day used to be around the $1 billion mark, but today it is below the $1 billion mark. It is only at $906.92 million. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 2nd. Its volume is $648.04 million. Radium is at number 3rd. Its volume is $549.88 million. Orca, guys, is at number 5th. Its volume is $466.79 million. Whereas Aerodrome, guys, its volume is almost half of that of Orca at $243.1 million. Now, as I mentioned earlier, guys, the volume of stablecoins is definitely pumped up, and as of today, stablecoins is accounting for 91.32% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, based on these numbers, guys, there is a very high possibility that notorious traders as well as whales are trying to manipulate the news, isn't it? And if you look at it in terms of volume, guys, the volume of stablecoins is at $76.89 billion. And if you look at the volume of Tether USDT, since the last few days, the numbers have definitely taken a massive pump up, and today it is at $64.50 billion. Circle USDC, guys, its volume is $6.49 billion. In FDUSD, its volume is $5.02 billion. Now look, guys, for the next coming days, if the prices are actually going down, what I'd really recommend you to do is keep a track of what is going on in the volume of stable coins, and that would give us some idea as to what would happen after the CPI numbers will be out. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the CPI numbers do actually pump up, because what happened earlier today, guys, Fed Chair Jerome Powell did actually have a couple of meetings, and he was actually quite content with what he was looking at so far as the inflation is concerned. And because of that, guys, at the next FOMC meeting, there is a very high possibility that he might actually keep the interest rate, or he might actually reduce it even further. Now, that news, guys, keeping in mind the US elections, will definitely be having a massive impact as well, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting times. And unfortunately, guys, for the cryptocurrency and blockchain world, it just means a lot of volatility, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, keep a track of what is going on regarding the inflation numbers. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the next inflation number will be released on the 10th of October at 8:30 AM Eastern Standard Time. Now let me do one thing, guys. Let me quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And unfortunately, guys, the numbers are absolutely dreadful. The market cap of Bitcoin is down to $1.25 trillion. Yesterday, guys, I believe it was at $1.30 trillion, isn't it? Now look, guys, we talk so much about Bitcoin being not connected to geopolitical chaos, but at this point of time, that is a direct correlation, isn't it? Now, so far as Ethereum is concerned, its market cap has also gone down, and right now it is at $314 billion. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume has pumped up since the last 24 hours. Today, it is at $36.34 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is almost half of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. Today it is at $17.35 billion. Now if you look at the dominance, guys, Bitcoin's dominance has actually gone down. It is still about the 56% mark though. It is at 56.03%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has actually pumped up, and today it is at 14%. Now look guys, when the dominance actually pumps up, and if the price is actually going down, which just means one thing, that people are selling that particular token, and most likely they're converting it to stablecoin, because today the volume of stablecoin has pumped up, isn't it? But let's say guys, if the volume of stablecoin hasn't pumped up, it just means that they are selling it for fiat currencies. That is just what the data states, isn't it? Now let me do one thing guys, let me quickly run through the market cap of metaverse and gaming tokens, and I'm looking at these numbers via Messari.io, and I'd really recommend you guys to go ahead and check Messari.io. It is packed with loads of useful information. Now the number one token that is connected to metaverse and gaming tokens, guys, is Immutable X, and its market cap is at $2.78 billion. The second one is Beam, and its market cap is $1.01 billion. Gala is at number third, guys. Its market cap is below the $1 billion mark. It is at $908 million. The fourth one is Notcoin, which is more connected to Telegram and Tron blockchain, isn't it? And its market cap is at $893 million. And fifth one, guys, is Axie Infinity, and its market cap is at $773 million. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And unfortunately, guys, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, the numbers are looking red. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the prices react over the next coming days. Because look guys, from an inflation point of view, the numbers are definitely looking good for United States of America. Or let me put it across in another way, it is kind of like the best among the worst situations. Now keeping that thing in mind guys, I wouldn't be surprised after the CPI numbers, the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market will definitely be pumping up. But unfortunately right now, since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 3.30%. And the price of Bitcoin is $63,338. But since the last 7 days, guys, it is marginally up by 0.61%. Ethereum, guys, is at $2,611. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.12%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 1.68%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is well below the $600 mark. It is at $570. And since the last 24 hours, guys, it is down by 4.48%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by almost 6%, 5.99% to be honest. Now guys, let me go ahead and discuss a really interesting article which is published by CNBC that talks about the possibility of US Treasurys on blockchain. And the article, guys, is called as Blockchain Technology and Tokenization Could Challenge a Traditional ETF Model. And in the show notes below, guys, there is the entire article. And the news essentially is that James Henderson, in partnership with Anamori and Centrifuge, launched a blockchain-based fund providing direct access to US Treasury bills. Now this tokenization fund, guys, according to the news, offers 24/7 trading, instant settlement and full transparency, which may reshape the investment services. Now while James Henderson, guys, views it as a natural evolution, some critics like strategist Todd Sean have expressed concerns about the risk of constant trading availability. Now look guys, when you talk about blockchain technology, I hate saying this based on my experience guys, there are very limited use cases of blockchain, and when I interact with CEOs, tech founders, as well as startups and builders, I do identify that they truly don't understand the pillars of open blockchain. Now look guys, when you talk about Bitcoin or open blockchain, it is extremely crucial that we understand the pillars of open blockchain. So things like open source, permissionless, borderless, neutral, censorship resistant, and publicly verifiable are the pillars of open blockchain. Now could it be possible for treasuries to be built on open blockchain? I really highly doubt it guys, cause look guys, what if you were to do KYC and then sell it on a secondary market, and the person who is buying it from the secondary market, what happens if he's from a sanctioned country? That is a big question that needs to be solved, isn't it? Apart from that guys, we truly need to understand the blockchain trilemma problem. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, go to YouTube and look at blockchain trilemma problem, and that is decentralization, security and scalability. And based on my experience guys, none of the blockchain protocol, at least for now, have been able to solve the blockchain trilemma problem. They often promote scalability, but then they compromise on decentralization or scalability. So keeping all this thing in mind guys, what I want to do is first, I want to go ahead and highlight some of the benefits of treasuries on open blockchain, and then guys, I'll go ahead and suggest why treasuries on open blockchain may not be an ideal thing. Now regarding the pros and benefits of having treasuries on open blockchain guys, I want to go in touch based on 6 areas. The first one is instantaneous settlement. The second one is 24/7 trading availability. The third one is increased transparency. The fourth one is lower cost. The fifth one is greater accessibility. And finally, guys, the sixth one, that is global reach. Now, regarding instant settlement, guys, blockchain-based trading enables faster transactions, isn't it? Eliminating the typical 2-day settlement period seen in traditional markets, and this definitely improves liquidity and capital efficiency for investors. Now, so far as 24/7 trading availability is concerned, guys, unlike traditional ETFs that are tied to exchange hours, tokenized ETFs allow for continuous trading, thereby providing more flexibility for global investors to buy and sell assets outside the regular market hours. But this begs this question, guys: what if the buyer is from a sanctioned country? And this is a regulatory hurdle, isn't it? Now, regarding the third point, that is increased transparency, guys, blockchain technology offers real-time visibility into fund holdings, allowing investors to see exact asset in the portfolio, which could exceed the transparency typically offered by traditional ETFs. And just few days ago, guys, we talked about some drama between Coinbase, who are the custodial services for BlackRock's ETF, isn't it? And looks like investors are not happy regarding the transparency that has been offered by Coinbase. But going back to Treasurys and blockchain, guys, let's talk about the fourth point, that is lower cost. And I very strongly feel by leveraging blockchain's decentralized structure, costs related to intermediaries, that is brokers or clearing houses, could be reduced, making it more efficient and less expensive for investors to participate. Now, the fifth point, guys, is probably the most important one, and that is greater accessibility. And tokenized ETFs could allow fractional ownership, making it easier for retail investors with smaller amount of capital to participate in funds that were previously harder to access. And the final and the sixth point, guys, is regarding global reach. And with blockchain's borderless nature, tokenized ETFs might actually allow for greater accessibility to international markets, and this can be done without the complexities associated with cross-border regulations and fees. Now look, guys, these are some of the benefits, but what I want to do next, guys, is I want to go and touch base on some of the cons or negatives of having treasuries on open blockchain, and I'd like to touch base on 6 areas, guys. The first one is risk of constant trading. The second one is technological barriers. The third one is regulatory challenges. The fourth one is security concerns. The fifth one is market manipulation risks. And finally, guys, liquidity issues. Now, regarding risk of constant trading, guys, 24/7 trading can actually lead to excessive volatility as well as in it, especially in low liquidity periods when few market participants are available, and rapid price fluctuations, guys, could actually harm investors who are not prepared for sudden changes, and this could actually lead to emotional trading as well. And the constant ability to trade could lead to more impulsive, emotion-driven decision by retail investors, potentially increasing losses. So look, guys, having constant trading may not be a good idea as well. Now let's talk about the next thing, that is technological barriers, guys. Because look, guys, when you talk about so-called blockchain technology, it is definitely something not easy, isn't it? And not all investors are familiar with blockchain-based platform, and this could actually lead to difficulties in onboarding new users and create a steep learning curve for some people. Now look, guys, later on I'm going to be discussing some news regarding World Liberty Financial as well, isn't it? And at one of the Twitter spaces, guys, they were actually talking about how difficult it is to go out and use DeFi protocols. So when you talk about decentralized finance or blockchain technology, the technological barriers still exist at this moment. Now regarding the third point, that is regulatory challenges, guys, tokenized ETFs may face complex regulatory scrutiny, especially in jurisdictions with underdeveloped framework for digital assets, and regulatory uncertainty could slow down adoption and increase operational risk. Now regarding security concerns, guys, blockchain technology at this point of time is not immune to security breaches. Just this year alone, guys, we saw so many hacks and attacks, isn't it? Now, while blockchain offers transparency and security, wallets and exchanges have been targets of hacks, putting investor assets at risk. And just 3 months ago, guys, Vazir's exchange was hacked for over $320 million, and this was despite them using a multi-signature wallet, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate case. Now, regarding the fifth point, that is market manipulation risk, guys, 24/7 markets could be more susceptible to price manipulation during liquidity hours, and I do feel, guys, that less oversight in off-hours trading could create opportunities for bad actors to move prices or take advantage of less experienced investors. And the final point, guys, is regarding liquidity issues. While this could be a strength, this could be a negative aspect as well, and tokenized assets could face liquidity challenges during off-peak hours, especially in early stages of adoption when few investors are involved, isn't it? So look, guys, I do feel that tokenizing ETFs on blockchain offers numerous benefits like lower cost, enhanced transparency and faster trading. However, the risk of 24/7 trading, such as increased volatility, security concerns and regulatory issues may pose challenges to investors and the industry. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding treasuries to be put on open blockchain? Are you a fan of it or are you dismissing it? Now me, guys, I definitely don't think so there is much use case for blockchain technology, and definitely not treasuries on open blockchain. Now look, guys, it's really important to note, these all things may sound great if it is done on a permission blockchain, but there is nothing called as permission blockchain. The other word for that is a centralized software. Now guys, let's go and discuss a really interesting partnership, and this is connected to real world asset tokenization. And UBX, guys, they are partnered with Chainlink and they want to enhance real estate tokenization platform, and they want to do it with secure data transfers and AI powered innovation. And Chainlink's decentralized Oracle, guys, will provide reliable real world data for real estate transactions, while UBX integrates AI to improve market predictions, asset management and operational efficiency. Now this partnership, guys, aims to create a more transparent, efficient and secure ecosystem for tokenized real estate investment, and the CEO, that is Enrique Lascan, guys, calls it as a key step in revolutionizing the real estate market with blockchain and AI technology. Now this particular news, guys, is actually published via bitcoin.com and it is in the show notes below as well. Now look, guys, regarding Chainlink, there is a very high chance they could potentially be a game changer, and it is not connected to tokenization at all, because roughly around a month ago, guys, they released something called a CCIP, that is cross-chain interoperability. I would really recommend you guys to go ahead and check out what the cross-chain interoperability is. I do feel that could be a game changer, but regarding tokenization, guys, at this point of time, it is merely just hype, isn't it? And I've said this thing over and over again, and I'm seeing so many posts via LinkedIn as well. The only reason, guys, why there is so much of hype regarding tokenization is because Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, immediately after the spot Bitcoin was approved, in an interview with CNBC actually said that he was not too keen about the spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved. Rather, he is focusing more on tokenization. And the very same day, guys, when I recorded the Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I did actually state that the next narrative that is going to be built in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world is to do with tokenization. And while LinkedIn, guys, I'm seeing so many experts on tokenization overnight. Definitely an interesting world, to be honest. And regarding experts, guys, I very specifically remember during the 2019 and 2020 era, there were so many NFT experts overnight as well. And the next news I'm going to be talking about, unfortunately, has to do with NFTs. And NFT sales, guys, they have fallen down by 20% in September. And if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, it is down to $296 million. And this is the lowest since 2021, with transactions dropping 32% to 4.9 million. However, guys, it's really important to note that the average transaction value rose 18% to $60. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that this particular decline coincides with the increased SEC scrutiny, which did actually issue a Wells notice to OpenSea roughly around a month ago, isn't it? And they also fined Flyfish Club for $750,000 for selling NFTs that may be unregistered securities. But despite this, guys, Luke of Pudgy Penguins has dismissed the SEC's actions as insignificant, suggesting that larger companies like Sotheby's and Nike would also face scrutiny if NFTs are classified as securities. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, if you actually go to cryptoslam.com, you can go and verify these transactions. And based on the website, guys, you can actually clearly see that NFT sales have dropped to the lowest monthly volumes in January of 2021, with a 20% decrease in September to $296 million, which is down from $373 million in August. This, guys, marks an 81% decline of March 2024's peak, which was at $1.6 billion. Now, regarding the transactions, guys, as I mentioned earlier, transactions fell by 32% from 7.3 million in August to 4.9 million in September. Now, regarding NFTs, guys, irrespective of what is going to happen regarding the price of Bitcoin, unfortunately, I don't see the hype of NFTs pumping up. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what happens to people who bought NFTs at exuberant prices. Definitely unfortunate news, isn't it? Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding World Liberty Financial Token. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that this is a token which is backed by Trump's family, not necessarily President Donald Trump as such, because it is Eric Trump who is focusing more on this. But the news essentially is that World Liberty Financial has opened its whitelist, which is backed by President Donald Trump, and looks like they want to onboard new users to the future of finance. Now, it's really important to note, guys, currently the whitelists are available only to accredited investors and all non-US persons, But the company aims to include everyday Americans as part of its mission for financial freedom. Now look, as me personally, I'm a massive fan of President Donald Trump, but I'm definitely not liking this project, to be honest. You're talking about World Liberty Financial, which is meant for average individual citizens in the United States of America, but right now it is not available. It is only for selected accredited investors, isn't it? Now one reason, guys, why they have to do that is because of regulations in place, isn't it? But nonetheless, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is, in the show notes below, there is an official website, and if you're a citizen of the United States of America, you need to go ahead and select that option. But let's say if you're in Dubai or UAE, you can go ahead and select another option, and then it gets connected to MetaMask, and then you need to go ahead and connect your KYC and quite a lot of other things. Now look, as what they are claiming is the goal is to provide everyone with the financial tools and opportunities they deserve, and interested individuals are encouraged to sign up and help reshape the future of finance. Now look, as roughly around 2 weeks ago, World Liberty Financial and the team did have a Twitter space, and I'd really recommend you to listen only to the last 30 minutes, guys, because in the first 1 hour or so, Eric Trump, along with other people, they were just talking about some of the challenges that they are facing, particularly so far as the banking industry is concerned in the United States of America. And because the account is associated with the Trump family, a lot of the high banking companies, they have actually stopped banking with them. That is a massive noise in it, and looks like because of that they've gone ahead and released this. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of this particular token is. Me personally, guys, I'm definitely not too optimistic regarding this. So these were the newscasts in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first newscast is regarding Digital Dubai, and they've announced the development of Dubai Data and Artificial Intelligence platform to advance digital transformation, and the project, guys, will be executed by Moro Hub, which is a subsidiary of Digital Deva. Now Deva, guys, stands for Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, and the project, guys, will be beginning at the end of September, and because we are on the 1st of October, guys, I'm hoping this project is already live. Now the platform, guys, will be a unified gateway for official data and statistics, accessible to both government and private entities, and it aims to enable seamless data hosting and sharing, ensuring high level of accessibility and security. And the platform, guys, will incorporate AI-powered approaches to display and analyze data for sound decision making, and digital maturity in Dubai will be boosted, along with improvement in data quality, ease of use and governance as well. And the platform, guys, supports the use of synthetic data and features scalable infrastructure for future compatibility. An AI-driven tool, guys, will help reduce cost, optimize resource use, and support decision based on accurate metrics. And Saeed Mohammed Al Tayyar, who's the CEO of Deva, has highlighted the alignment with Dubai's leadership vision of becoming a global hub for innovation and technology. And the platform, guys, supports the Dubai Economic Agenda D33, aiming to double Dubai's economy in 10 years and rank among the top 3 global economies. And Ahmad Obaid Al Mansouri, who's the Director General of Digital Dubai, has emphasized that AI will enhance the economic value of digital data, and this initiative, guys, builds on Dubai's previous digital transformation, including the 2017 Dubai Pulse platform as well. And the platform, guys, will unify and integrate existing data systems, including Dubai Pulse and Dubai Statistics Central Portal, and Moro Cloud and AI technologies will be leveraged for efficient data management, analytics, and governance. And the platform supports decentralized data exchange and is designed for digital cities, promoting business continuity and infrastructure stability. And cybersecurity services will be provided by Moro Hub, and this is in line with Digital Dubai Cloud's agreement. And the platform will serve institutions under Digital Dubai and other government entities, supporting decision making and enhancing public services. And it advances smart city initiatives with real-time analytics, IoT applications, cybersecurity, and proactive approaches to community engagement. Definitely interesting news, isn't it? Then look, as if you're a private entity, you definitely need to check out this news, isn't it? And Moro Hub, it could provide quite a lot of useful information as well. Now, guys, let's go and discuss second news. And this news, guys, was actually released roughly around 2 weeks ago. And the news essentially is that Amber Group and NH Management, they have attained initial approval for virtual asset service provider license from Dubai Zwara. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this, because the approval, guys, allows Amber Premium Free Zone Establishment, which is a subsidiary of Amber Group, to offer virtual asset services in Dubai, and services include broker-dealer activities, lending and borrowing solutions, as well as management and investment services. And the approval, guys, allows with Dubai's robust regulatory framework on virtual assets. And VARA, guys, as we know, oversees transparency and compliance in Dubai's virtual asset industry. and they cover free zones as well as mainland, but they do not cover an area called as DIFC, that is Dubai International Financial Center. Now the CEO of Amber Group, guys, that is Michael Wu, has highlighted Dubai supported regulatory environment, and look, so far as Dubai is concerned, it is kind of like the top area, not just in UAE, probably in the entire world, in attracting cryptocurrency and blockchain talent as well as in it. So definitely a right place to be right now so far as cryptocurrency and blockchain is concerned. Even artificial intelligence, in my opinion. Now NH management, guys, they played a key role in obtaining the initial approval, and they will support Amber in securing a full operational license as well. And this milestone underscores Amber Group's commitment to regulatory compliance and responsible growth. And NH management, guys, has emphasized its dedication to advancing innovation in the digital asset space. And Amber Group is headquartered in Singapore and bridges traditional finance with digital assets. And since 2017, Amber Group has provided services such as wealth management, asset management, and advisory solutions. And Amber Group leverages artificial intelligence, blockchain, and quantitative research to optimize return for clients. And Amber Group is backed by top-tier investors, supporting its innovative services. And NH Management is based in Dubai, and they specialize in regulatory compliance, market entry strategies, and business development. And NH Management helps clients navigate complex regulatory landscapes in the Middle East. And the consultancy firms offers advice on strategic partnership, mergers, acquisitions, and capital raising. And the in-principle virtual asset service provider license approval positions Amber as a leader in the virtual asset industry. And both Amber Group and NH Management aim to foster innovation and regulatory excellence while driving growth in the digital asset sector. So definitely beautiful news, isn't it? So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Christopher who asks, with a significant decline in NFT sales, do you believe regulatory scrutiny is the main factors, or there are any other issues to play? Now look, Christopher, I do very strongly feel that the NFT hype has kind of like died down, and right now the next hype that is building is the world of tokenization, because I very specifically remember when the Beeple NFT was sold, there were so many posts via LinkedIn regarding NFTs, and overnight people became experts in NFTs, and I used to see so many posts with a lot of incorrect information. Now truth be told, the NFT hype has definitely died down, and I don't see the hype to be building up once again, to be honest. Now after the NFT hype, when Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta, the entire world became experts in Metaverse as well. So in the cryptocurrency and blockchain sports, Christopher, there are often different narratives that is being built, and as I mentioned earlier, the next hype that is being built right now is tokenization. But regarding your question, Christopher, I do feel that regulatory scrutiny is definitely a major factor in the decline of NFT sales. And what happened roughly around 3 weeks ago, Security and Exchange Commission did issue a West notice to the CEO of OpenSea along with 2 artists. Now look, I very strongly feel that the SEC is not after NFTs as such, but the way how you go out and sell your NFTs, and there is a very high possibility based on my understanding that the SEC might be right, and the CEO of OpenSea could have actually sold some of these NFTs as securities, and there is a very high possibility that the artists in question, they could have actually given the impression that if you actually buy the NFTs, the prices would be pumping up. So that is definitely a possibility in my opinion. However, Christopher, I do feel there are other significant reasons contributing to the downturn, but apart from that, Christopher, I do feel there are other significant reasons contributing to the downturn of NFTs. If you look at the broader economic climate, it has led to reduced consumer spending, isn't it? And right now there are many speculative investments. NFTs is just one of them. And right now there's a lot of investment flowing into artificial intelligence as well. So if there are high net worthy individuals right now, rather than buying NFTs, I'm pretty much sure they are more motivated to put their funds in artificial intelligence platform, isn't it? And this is unfortunately the different narratives that does actually take place in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. I do feel that the NFT hype has died down, and right now we are seeing the hype regarding tokenization. But that thing being said, I do feel that artificial intelligence definitely has legitimate use case, so it's going to be really interesting to see if the hype of NFTs do actually pump up. Me personally, I don't see that happening for a very long time, to be honest. It just might never happen as well. So there's my take on that. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything season blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.